the Democrats, the Obamas, have moved on from politics, kind of, not really.
No.
But Michelle Obama has a podcast, and this time, instead of insulting Barack Obama, as she does so often on the podcast, she decided to invite him on, and they talked about fatherhood. Listen.
A lot of times boys need is not just exposure to one guy.
One dad.
One dad. No matter how good the dad
is. He can't be
he
everything.
can't be everything. I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't outlawed, who became one of my favorite professors and was a great guy. You need that to show empathy and kindness.
This is what the Democrat Party is never going to recognize. If you want to look at what the problem with your party is, that's the problem with your party. You have Barack Obama talking about how glad he is he didn't have any sons because he wouldn't want to be the father of a boy, which is just, that by itself is just the strangest, most bizarre thing ever. But what they're talking about there is the loss of purpose that men feel when politicians like Barack Obama ship their jobs overseas to China. And the answer that they give in this podcast is, oh, well, you need to quit playing sports and you need to get involved in theater. And you need to, it is the most condescending, fake intellectual. The biggest lie is that these people are smart. They're not smart. There's nothing smart. They're fake intellectuals. And people have been, and they've been sort of swooned, all of Washington swooned over them, and particularly in the press, swooned over them, and they treat them like they're really smart people. They're not very smart people, and they say stupid stuff like this that turns people off, and that's why they have trouble, particularly with males.
You know, it's such a missed opportunity. I mean, here you have the first African-American president, somebody who was raised by a single mom and understands very profoundly what kind of loss he had by not having, you would think, by not having a father. He's written about it in the past. And this would have been an opportunity for him to talk about the value of a father, the importance of a father, the need for young men to look up to their fathers as maybe even the sole voice in their life. And instead, and you see the African American community. I mean, if you talk to somebody like Jack Brewer, who works with disadvantaged kids and men in prisons and young men in prisons firsthand, he will say the common denominator is fatherhood.
Yep.
The lack of a father in the home, the lack of a father in the lives of these children. And here's Barack Obama saying, well, you know, my gay college professor was just as good. Guess what? No, there is no substitute in academia or in government for a father. The role of a father is critical in raising a man, a boy to a man.
Yeah, and you know, it's worth noting, remember during the campaign, Obama insulted young black men in lecturing them about being afraid to vote for a black woman. And now what do you have? The DNC spending $20 million to figure out how Democrats should talk to young men because they voted for Donald Trump and they don't quite know why. And yet here, in a comment like that, what we just played does not resonate with young men, let alone young black men. And it does, I think, Charlie, to your point, alienate them, I would argue, insult them.
But more importantly, that POV, that worldview that Barack Obama has is bad for our culture. It's bad for society, and it's bad for men. And ultimately, when you have men who are not raised by good men and have that sort of leadership role modeling, it's bad for women.
Right.
Women want to marry men who have become men and know who they are and have a good sense of values and have good relationship with their father.
It's a great point.